On day 2, we moved to find Team Frederick. Team Frederick was comprised of a British Major Weiss, a French Lieutenant Al Roche, and a tech sergeant from the United States called Kehoe. These 3 guys were parachuted into the Brittany Peninsula, and they set up and started working from a drop zone that was called the Priest Farm. It was a large spread set up by and owned by a priest there that was working with the Maquis and the French resistance. But what was unique about that particular farm and the Priest Farm was that it was a lower elevation, small valley, almost a depression. So as follow-on supplies were dropped in, they would be dropped at night and they would be dropped low, but then they would be below the visibility lines from the Germans, so the Germans couldn't see them retrieving the gear, putting them out in different vehicles, and then moving out from that drop zone, which was a highly unique situation. What we found at that location was a French government monument to the entire French resistance, the Maquis forces, from the communist forces of Tito, the squad or the group that was called colloquially Tito, to the French SAS group that was in the area, to the civilians, including also a monument to the priest himself for having supported the operation off his land. And next to that monument are several of the buildings that no doubt Team Frederick employed, the small house, the barn structures going down the slope of the land, and they were able to utilize those structures to either set up their communications, control and command different operations for retrieving the goods, and then perhaps temporary storage until different forces could distribute all of the equipment that was being dropped in to arm all of the thousands of Maquis that needed them, the resistance fighters. They were discovered eventually, unfortunately, by the Germans, and that farm was burned badly down by the Germans in order to prevent the forces from continuing to use that incredible drop zone. But what a moment in time that Team Frederick, with their resistance fighters, were able to utilize an incredible, just unique piece of terrain in order to further the mission behind enemy lines and arm, train, and send out those resistance fighters to help as they could the entire retaking of France.